And this FEMA subcontractor showed up at a home in Polk City to help out after Hurricane Irma. Well, last week, the sheriff says the same guy showed up again, only this time it was to kill and rob the homeowner. And Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer is in our control room tonight. What was this guy after?
Well, Cynthia, simply put, the sheriff says he wanted guns. Sheriff Grady Judd says Juwan Jackson knew that this homeowner had at least a couple dozen guns in his home, and he wanted them for himself and would do anything to not get caught.
William Reese needed help after Hurricane Irma, and like so many homeowners, he turned to FEMA. The man who showed up was an 18-year-old subcontractor named Juwan Jackson.
He trusted someone, and this man's here to help me.
Katrina Urso says her father had no reason to doubt Jackson, and certainly no reason to suspect that months later, Jackson would be accused of returning to her father's Polk City home to kill him and steal his guns.
He didn't deserve this, and I'm grateful that they were caught, and we can just start to mourn my dad.
Urso's father was a gun collector, and Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd says Reese showed them to Jackson during the FEMA damage inspection. We're told Jackson legally bought 2 of the guns and returned to his Alabama home. But the sheriff says he wanted more. And last week, he says Jackson, Kenley Campbell, and Darrell Rankin Jr. drove back to Polk City, and Jackson had a plan.
He said, I tell you what, I'm just going to kill him.
Sheriff Judd says Reese likely recognized Jackson and let him into his home.
And he pulled a gun and promptly shot Bill. Shot him 4 times in the head.
Reese's friend and caretaker, Kenneth Meyer, tried to help, but was shot twice in the head and left in critical condition. Detectives say the 3 men stole as many as 25 weapons, a TV, and Reese's truck, which was found torched in Alabama. But they didn't get away long.
I can only imagine that they were shocked when only 3 days later, here's the Polk County Sheriff's detectives in Mobile, Alabama, putting them in handcuffs.
And 500 miles away, a family is left with a question they may never have answered. Why?
Gentle teddy bears, and a lot of information to process, but it's awful.
And FEMA told Fox 13 that the agency regrets what happened to this family. A spokesperson says FEMA relies on the contractor to do background checks. In this case, the contractor was Vanguard Emergency Services. We're waiting to hear back from them at this point. But we're told Jackson actually had a clean record, so the sheriff says it's unlikely that anyone would have expected anything, especially anything like this, prior to this crime happening, Cynthia.
What a tragedy for that family. Very sad. Thank you, Aaron.